everyone. Today we're going to go over two of our favorite shoulder stabilizing or strengthening exercises for people with shoulder pain.
First one we're going to talk about is for a muscle called the serratus anterior. This muscle is sometimes known as the boxer's muscle and is often overlooked when it comes to shoulder pain. It's located on the side of the rib cage and actually helps us protract and retract that scapula or shoulder blade against our rib cage, and then when it's at rest or when it's in movement, and sometimes when this muscle is weak or we're not utilizing it correctly, we can actually get a flaring or winging of the shoulder blade, which can be a major cause of a pinching pain, or even just feels kind of like there's rocks underneath our shoulder blades as we lift it up and down with movement. Okay, so that exercise for the serratus anterior is something we call V slides. So Dr. Amanda is going to take her forearms and place them against the wall. Notice her elbows are about a 90-degree angle and right at shoulder height. She is then going to kind of rotate her arms out just a little bit, pushing those elbows in and creating that V angle that we're looking for. And then she is going to slide her hands up the wall till her elbows are about eye level. And then she's going to bring them back down to that starting position, nice and slow and controlled. And we're going to work about a set of 10 in here, and we're going to do 3 sets of 10. Now you can make this exercise harder by adding a resistance band around the wrist, which she will do here. And this forces you to kind of push those wrists out a little bit, engaging the external rotators of the shoulder as you glide up. The other thing you can do too is you can place a foam roller underneath your forearms, so it makes sliding up and down the wall a little bit easier for you. But you're going to do 3 sets of 10 here, nice and slow and controlled, with those elbows pinched in, the hands or forearms kind of rotated out, and you're going to just be nice and stable as you work through that exercise. Another exercise we love to use for building shoulder stability is something we call an arm bar. With this exercise, of course, you want to be very careful as you're choosing the weight. Start with a lighter weight so that you feel stable through this exercise and work your way up. But the way we're going to progress with this, Dr. Amanda is going to kind of roll to her side, place both hands on the weight, and she's going to bring that weight kind of to her chest as she rolls to her back. She's going to be working on her left arm here, so with that, she's going to straighten her right leg and keep her left leg bent. She's going to press that weight overhead with both hands, and she's going to keep that wrist stacked right on top of her forearm. So she is not extending her wrist, she's not flexing her wrist, she's staying stable, and she is letting that weight compress her shoulder down. With this exercise, we don't want you pushing the weight up into the air like that. No, we want the weight pressing down into the ground. This forces the rotator cuff muscles to work in a stabilizing fashion rather than just helping the shoulder move. They're actually stabilizing in this situation. So she's going to hold this position here for 30 seconds to a minute. She wants to challenge it a little bit here, so if you're going for that 30 seconds or that minute timeline, you should have a little bit of a shake, feel a little fatigue in the forearm. You're going to do 30 to 60 seconds on one arm, switch to the other arm, and then you're going to repeat that 3 times on each side. So as she switches weight, notice how she uses both hands to bring the weight back down, and then she's going to push the weight back overhead with both on the other side. And now that she's working her right arm, her left leg's going to straighten out, and she is going to hold this position for 30 seconds to a minute. Again, 3 sets of these on each arm. Start with a light weight and work your way up so that you are stable and secure in this position.
So add these shoulder stabilizing exercises to your routine and see just how good your shoulders can feel. As always, if you're still having shoulder pain or need a plan on how to get out of pain, give us a call at 785-842-7325 and see how we can help.
So stay tuned for our next video as we show you one way on how we treat shoulder pain in our office.